Hi, Alec here. Today I'm going to talk about how you get your hens home when you go to get them. So I'm going to be assisted today by one of our Ginger Nut Ranger hens, which are particularly calm and docile, so hopefully she'll behave herself. Okay, so you need some sort of carrier. Cat carriers are very good, dog crates are very good. Obviously you can get proper poultry crates or a good strong cardboard box. What I would advise though is put something in the base of it so it's not slippy. Particularly a lot of these dog cages are very slippy plastic, and it would be very easy for the hen to slip and slide on the journey home and hurt themselves. So cardboard or newspapers or something like that's ideal. What sort of size for how many hens? Well, this is one of the boxes that we provide for our customers to take them home, and 4 hens are happy and cosy in something like that. It's got some bedding inside there, so nice fluffy dry bedding to help keep them cosy on the way home, and some air holes. A few large air holes are much better than lots of small ones. You get much better ventilation that way. So then when you go to get your hens, it's quite a simple process of popping them in the box. There you go. Maybe not quite so glamorous for the hen. So they're quite snug and happy on the journey home. Unless your journey is kind of more than 10-12 hours, they won't need anything to eat or drink on the way home. Try to keep them cool, especially if it's a hot day. And again, plenty of ventilation in the box helps that. So when you get them home, take them to your coop and put them in the coop. Start them in the coop with a little door, the pop hole shut, and let them get settled and get over the journey. Then open the little pop hole out and let them come out in their own time. It might take them quite a while to come out because they won't be used to the being outside probably, so they can be a bit unsure of things, and you'll be excited about seeing them, particularly if you have children, but just be nice and patient and let them come out when they want. The only time I would advise not to do that if you've got one of these coops that's high up with a ladder down. If after you haven't come out after about 2 hours or something like that, I would help them down and move them down, and then pot around in your run area. And then when it gets dark, check they've gone back up into bed. If they haven't, pick them up and put them into the coop. Now, they're creatures of habit, so they'll pick the same point in the coop to sleep all the time. That'll be their spot. It might be on a perch, it might not be. It might be on the base of the coop. I've never worked out why some hens perch and some hens don't, but anyway, as long as they're perfectly happy. But you don't want them to pick their spot to be in the nest box, because the nest box is where they're going to lay their eggs. So the best thing to do is block the nest box off with, I don't know, a cardboard box or a football or something like that, so they can't sleep in there, just for the first few days until they pick their other spot to sleep in. And then when they lay their eggs there, they'll be nice and clean. Because if they pick the nest box to sleep in, then there's a very high chance they'll poo through the night when they're asleep. And then your nest box will be dirty and your eggs will always be dirty. Then if you're going to let them out into the garden, I would keep them in your shed in your run complex for at least about a week before you then let them outside, just so they get an idea of where they're supposed to live. It's often worth putting a bit of wheat or corn in a tin and rattle the tin and then throw it into the run, because that way they're going to associate your rattly tin with food and they'll come running into the run to feed off it. And that way, if you go pop out shopping or something like that, or you get a phone call and you've got to dash out and you need your hens back in the run, it's an easy process to get them back in there. You've just got to rattle your tin and throw some wheat in. If you're going to introduce hens to other hens, it can be a bit fraught, because the other hens aren't going to naturally like some strange people coming in. It's a bit like if you have some brand new next door neighbours. So people you've never seen before, complete strangers. Anyway, you're out and about and you go back home after being shopping or somewhere, unlock your front door, walk into your living room, and there's some strange people in there eating your dinner and drinking your wine and beer, and it would kick off. You'd find a big stick, hit them with it, phone the police, the whole thing. But if these new neighbours, if you've chatted to them first over the garden fence, then you're inviting them in for something to eat and drink. So you want to kind of take your new hens and introduce them to your existing hens in a situation where there's a divider between them. Some sort of run divided up, or often people's existing hens will free range out in the garden, And you can put the new hens in the coop, then let them into the run, so that then they could see each other through the fence of the run to get to know each other. Then that night, let them all sleep together, and by the following day, there'll still be the odd squabble, but it should be fine. And remember to keep a close eye on the new ones and make sure you actually see them eating and drinking, because sometimes if they get badly bullied, they can give up on trying to eat and drink, and that doesn't end very well at all, unfortunately. So yes, hopefully that'll help you out when you come and collect your hens.